Hey guys, welcome to Make a Card Monday. So today we have a beautiful hibiscus card coming. Actually, I did two. I'm not going to show you the second one, but I will show you a picture of it. But it's not the process. So these are the dies that I got that will create two different hibiscus flowers. And I'm going to be using a white pearl paper. And I did cut those out on my die machine. And this is Rosebud from Memento. It's super pretty pink. But it'll give it like a gold shimmer as well. You'll see that when I tilt the card. But I'm just doing some ink blending. I wanted to keep the petals light instead of using colored cardstock. So when you're blending on this pearl paper, it's nothing like blending on a smooth cardstock. So it's a little different for me. But I kind of like the way that it came out. And I will probably be using this paper quite a bit. I thought it was a lot more fun to ink blend the color than to use a colored cardstock. So this set, and of course if you have the original set of this die set, it has keys and arrows and all the stuff that tell you how to put it together. It wasn't hard to figure it out. It was missing that little thing in the middle. It was missing that on the die cut. This is Triple Berry from Simon Hurley. So I just cut two tips off of another petal and made my own piece. And you'll see when I'm putting it together, I'll tell you what part it was. But without it, it looked dumb, so I had to cut those out. I did do one practice flower before I did this, just to see how they looked. I'll probably make a card out of those. But I'm just deepening up the center of these hibiscus flowers. This was actually a fun card to make. That's probably why I made two. It's just so pretty. So this is the second flower. This one only has 3 petal parts. And I'm going to use the same colors. So this is the Rosebud, and then I'll go in and deepen it up with the Triple Berry from Simon Hurley. I'm pretty sure it's Triple Berry. So I'm finally getting my groove, I think. Getting up every day, doing my little routine thing, and then sitting down to make a card or two. It's kind of hard to schedule what I want to do. Like I used to just have this routine, go out to the studio, pour some paintings, film, do the stuff that I normally did during the day and then edit at night. But since we have the puppies now, I'm not able to do that. So it's been great for me to be able to come in here, this room is right off my kitchen. And I have a dog gate up and they can't come in here, but they do lay by the gate and talk to me. Like, come here, we want to go outside. So we do take breaks and we do go outside. And this is Dandelion to do these. So it's been fun trying to find a new routine, but it's also been very stressful because I can't do what I wanted to do. But we're making it work. Alright, now we have to do the leaves. Now, the leaves, I'm very picky about what colors I use on leaves. I'm just highlighting this with a little bit of cantaloupe. Just a little bit of a orangey yellow on the very edges. I really like working on this silicone mat because I can just wipe off the ink. It comes right off. And I can actually see where I'm inking so I don't like miss it on the glass mat. So I am going to be using bamboo leaves for this. And then I believe I'm going to have to look because I'm not sure. Northern pine for my highlight color. Yeah, bamboo leaves. But I just like the two together. It's kind of a soft, dark olivey color. And on this pearl paper, it's nothing like the color it would be on regular white paper. Because it has that little bit of shimmer, which makes it look gold. It's super pretty. I really like these. Can I say that one more time? I really like these. Alright, so now I have to glue them all together. It's easier to work on two at a time, for sure. I wish now I would have cut out a bunch so I could put them in a storage container when you need to whip up a card real quick. So I may take some time this weekend to make more of these, and I'll do some different colors. Because the way that I'm using these, I don't have to double and triple the cardstock, because this pearl paper is pretty sturdy, and I can use just foam squares for dimension. So when I pop it up, it gives it that height, and it's not flimsy at all. So this is where I had to use that funky little piece. I had to put it over the base of this. To cover up the yellow. And I learned that on my trial run. So when I went back and looked at the layout for this, it's like, there is no die for that. So I just took one of the petals and ran it through and just cut off the tip of it. Because these just crisscross over it, so I didn't want just the yellow showing. I think they turned out super pretty. This is relaxing to me, to just sit and put things together and ink blend and watch TV while I'm doing it. I find it very relaxing. I like being creative. So this flower is much easier to put together. I don't have to worry about that little piece. So if you look at the base of that die cut, you can tell how they go together. You don't need an arrow or a keyhole. I mean, nails are fine for people that have never made cards before or have never been crafty. They may have more trouble figuring out how to put them together. But it's really not that difficult because they all kind of flow the same way. But I did go watch how they put them together, just so I wasn't struggling. It was stuck to my finger. I couldn't find it. It was stuck to my finger. So I'm hoping that everyone is enjoying your summer vacation now that all the kids are out of school. It's very quiet down here. I think the last kid that we had living on our street, she was graduating this year, so... Well, I take it back. We have one across the street, but they're never home, so I never see her out. But it's going to be super quiet now. The boys down at the end of the road, they're home from college, so they're riding their four-wheeler, but it doesn't bother me. As long as they're not screaming and crying out there, I'm good. Okay, so I'm using a gorgeous embossed panel, and I picked two different colors. I picked the green and the pink. So the green's going to be my second card. But I did round the corners out, and I was smart, and I did it before I put anything together. Just on this one, though. On the second card, I did not round out the cardstock, the base. Just the embossed panel and the color panel. So once you get everything put together, putting the card together goes pretty fast. Because you always have an idea in your head how you want to lay it out. And this is going to be a top fold card, by the way. Once you lay it out and you see how it's all going to fit, it just flows from there. Now, I kind of wish that I would have done something different with that bottom leaf. But in the end, it all works out and looks fine. I actually didn't need it, but it's there now. It's glued, so it's not going anywhere. I wanted to do a horizontal card with the other set, but I couldn't get it to lay right on the panel. It just didn't look right. Maybe if I had one more flower, it would probably be really pretty on a slim line if you do 3. So I was going to glue that. I decided I'm going to pop these up. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy foam tape. I have so much foam tape. Oh my goodness. When I was buying stuff in the beginning to make cards, I keep forgetting what I ordered, you know, so I just kept ordering foam squares and tape and dies and stamps. And so when I started unloading it all and bringing it in here to set it up, when I moved the paint business out, I was shocked how much stuff I had accumulated. I think my husband was too. But he sees that I'm enjoying this, so he doesn't say anything. I like when he comes home from work and I'll say, "You want to see the card I made today?" It's fun to show him what I'm making. And it's fun to be in the house and actually be able to talk instead of out in the studio and totally ignoring everybody for the day. But we'll be back out there soon. I have to get things worked on. I would love to pull everything out and put it in a pod and spray paint and put new flooring down, new linoleum, and all one piece, you know, and do all that and move it back in, but I don't have the energy for that, so I'm going to take the help that I can get when I'm ready to get it done, and hopefully we can get it to be workable for me, that it's comfortable. So now I'm trying to decide what kind of sentiment I want to put on here. And I see my bottom left corner is a little bare, but that's okay. We can put some Julies in there. So this is going to be a sympathy card. I didn't have any in my stash, so I thought, well, I'll make a sympathy card. I hate the thought of having to have those, but they're nice to have them. So as soon as you hear if someone passes away, you can get it in the mail and let them know that you're thinking of them. So I am doubling this up because I'm going to foam square this too. This is going to be just a tad higher than the flowers. These paperweights come in handy for holding stuff down while the glue is drying. I really like that pink edge. I think it makes that card really pop. So this cardstock is so thick that you can't put a double layer through this to punch it. So I really wanted to do the top corners, and it would not go in the machine in the thing. And I don't have a different paper trimmer right now, so they're very expensive, those punches, so I don't want to invest any money in those right now. I really don't think I would be using them enough to justify the expense. They're very expensive for good ones. So that's centered very nicely. It's so nice to finally get the hang of this and not be scared to make a card. Oh, the first few I made, I was a nervous wreck. I remember the first time I stamped something and it moved in the stamper, and I was like, how come it's doing that? You know, because I watch all these card makers, and it's like theirs doesn't move. And I had the sticky sheet in there. It's just the stamp stuck to the paper and moved the paper, and I didn't push the paper far enough back, and yeah, you learn as you go. So I'm just going to drop it down here over that leaf so it doesn't look like it's all alone there. I probably could have cut out another leaf and stuck it in the other corner, but I didn't. So I have these iridescent half pearls, so I'm going to glue some of these on because I just thought they looked really pretty with that cardstock. And I'm only doing 5. So not like me. Usually I want them everywhere. But I'm keeping it simple because it's a sympathy card. Pretty, pretty. They just sparkle. So I'm going to give it my seal of approval. I like my little stamp made by Christina. And I almost did it again. I almost hit it upside down. I always catch it, thank God. And that's about it. This card will be available in my Etsy shop by the time that you're watching this video, as well as the second card that I made. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here today. Here comes the second card. Have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye for now.